Welcome to the last class in the series of expected questions before your prelims 2019, and a very good luck for all those preparing for your prelims examination. So we'll be coming up with the solutions after your examinations definitely. Now under this we would be talking about the major developments on the international scenario. So G20 has been one of the important focus. So G20 started back in 1999. India is a member of G20. It's basically a member of countries which is dealing with economic cooperation and decision making. So 19 countries plus European Union comprise of the G20 countries. So G20 summit, India held it for the first time, the first trilateral meeting with US and Japan, which was known as J. So what is J is again important for you. Then Russia tested the hypersonic missile system. The intercontinental avant-garde system would be ready to use in 2019, that's this year itself. So Kinzhal missile system is important. Kinzhal is a name in Russia which means double-edged dagger. It has a range of more than 2000 kilometers and it is equipped with high precision aeroballistic missile systems. So that's one of the major characteristics. Now India has helped Bhutan for the development of the Mangdechu hydropower project. Now this project has been planned as an initiative by Bhutan government to generate nearly 10,000 megawatts of hydroelectric power by 2020, and that's with the support of Government of India. The Bogibeel Bridge, a very well-known news headlines. So Bogibeel is important, can be probably part of your examination paper. So this bridge connects Assam's Dibrugarh with the Sitlapathar in Dhimaji district in Arunachal Pradesh. So that's basically bordering Arunachal Pradesh, and this would be a major section in terms of reducing the travel time distance, in terms of bringing in defense facilities into the region of Arunachal Pradesh. So basically strengthening our borders is the sole idea. Then you have the Jalalabad incidents where the Sikh and the Hindus were targeted in Afghanistan. So that's one of the things that have happened and has been into concern these days. Now Indo-PACOM, which is India, US and Indo-Pacific Command. This is a very strategic military command that has come up. This has about nearly 3,75,000 civilian and military personnel who have been assigned the responsibility for this act. The idea is to extend its reach from the Pacific Ocean to the Indian Ocean region. Operation Hodabdha is again an important operation which would be aimed at fighting terrorism, and this has been a common operation between India and UAE. So India and UAE have been coming together for the Houthi rebels in Yemen. So operation against Houthi rebels in Yemen has been important. Now US has released a zero tolerance policy on illegal immigration. Similarly, India is moving towards NRC, so a lot of developments taking towards illegal migrants. The next is India and Italy have revitalized the bilateral ties. Now you have the Joint Commission of Economic Cooperation meeting, the tech summit that took place, and there were cooperations mainly on the issues which were dealing to counter-terrorism and cyber-security issues. SCO is very, very important. That is the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Previously it was just China, but later on you have five member groups. Besides China, you had Russia, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan, who came together in 1996 and formed this 5-member group. For India it is very, very significant because for them the boundaries are towards the southern side they have the Indian Ocean. So India definitely has important security and economic concerns with these countries, and SCO's development has been an important parameter for India as well. Now Assumption Island, very, very important. So Assumption Island is an island closer to the outer areas of Seychelles near north of Madagascar. Now Seychelles has been one of the major Indian naval bases, or has good ties with India. India has gifted Dornier aircraft to Seychelles of recent. So this island-based naval base project has been very, very important for India. Shangri-La dialogue, as the name Shangri-La. So this Shangri-La dialogue came from the name Shangri-La, which was a hotel in Singapore where you had the London-based think tank institute, which was the International Institute of Strategic Studies that started this summit, and the idea was hosted by the Singapore government during that time. The main objective is military cooperation between the member nations, and China is one of the major partners to it. Palestine has joined the Chemical Weapons Convention. Now, Palestine has joined the Global Convention to halt the spread of toxic arms under the Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons. In 2012, UN upgraded the status of Palestine to a non-member observer state, and that was a major entry into this system. Then you have Turkey crisis, where US has doubled the steel and aluminium tariffs on Turkey, and the idea is to release the Pastor Andrew Brunson, who has been held in Turkey for the terrorism charges. So the next is India and US have been in concern with the Khalistan movement. Now, the British Green Party has supported the Khalistan movement as in referendum for independent Sikh homeland. Khalistan issue resulted in the Operation Blue Star that took place, which ultimately led to assassination of the Prime Minister and a series of political murder that came after that. India and Africa have been working in close ties. The developments under African Union we have already talked about. India is working in line to provide digital revolution in Africa. Africa although has 60% of agriculture, but only 10% of the global output is seen, and making Africa a seedbed for the aspirational youth is another important objective that India is trying to promote. Now, Ashgabat agreement is again very important. India has joined hand for transit and transportation of goods with and between Central Asia and Persian Gulf. So that's the major idea of the Ashgabat agreement. So under this agreement, there would be establishment of an international transport and transit corridor between Iran, Oman, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan. Ashgabat agreement has been named after the capital of Turkmenistan, which is Ashgabat. The next is India and Russia have signed a missile agreement, which is the S-400. S-400 Triumph air defense system is very important. It's a long range defense missile system, which is referred to as SA-21 Grolier by NATO. Very important, capable of firing 3 types of different missiles. And India-Italy ties we have already talked about, but beyond that there is one important thing, that there was a recent technology summit that took place and it focused on 7 themes. So those 7 themes are important. So those are the clean tech, renewable, ICT, healthcare, aerospace, education and cultural heritage. Now, as you can see, all these 7 areas you have questions for your prelims examination. So before prelims, these were our series on expected question. You have the playlist link in the description. You can follow all the important topics from there. Very good luck to to all of you for your examination. Don't lose confidence. I know the syllabus is very vast. You have to be prepared. So keep working hard and have a good sleep before you go for the examination. Wish you a very good luck, and definitely we would be coming back with solutions very soon. So have a wonderful day ahead.